Escorted to an American cruiser lying near the entrance to the Suez Canal, King Farouk of Egypt is first of 3 royal visitors to be piped aboard. Here he's received by President Roosevelt, accompanied by his daughter, Mrs. Anna Berger, en route from the Yalta conference. Prime Minister Churchill had already talked with the Mideastern rulers regarding situations concerning the victory and the coming peace. Egyptian and American flags fly above a scene that's all friendliness. This series of informal conferences clears many problems affecting diplomatic and economic relations. Next aboard the American warship is Haile Selassie, Emperor of Ethiopia. With his country free of the fascist yoke, he again takes his place among the world leaders. Relief for his people and rehabilitation of his country are questions of crowning importance to the Lion of Judah. One of the most colorful visits to the presidential cruiser was that of the ruler of Saudi Arabia, King Ibn Saud. Special arrangements for food and comfort were installed on the American destroyer, aboard which lived the king and his entourage. All the traditional splendor of the mysterious East is manifested in the costumes of the royal party. The 65-year-old monarch leaves his country for the first time to attend this meeting. Marine Colonel Eddy, American minister to Arabia, accompanies King Ibn Saud. From Washington to Suez is a long way, but understanding each other's problems brings East and West together for a better world. Prince Umberto, active head of Italy's royal family, arrives to decorate American officers who have participated in his country's liberation. General Mark Clark receives the Grand Cross of the Order of St. Maurice. General Truscott is made Grand Officer of the same order. A number of other officers are honored at the ceremony. Italy strides forward to join the ranks of democracy.
Seven persons were injured when a passenger train plowed into a derailed locomotive near Lancaster, Pennsylvania during a blinding snowstorm. The crash occurred before tracks could be cleared following an earlier derailment. Winter adds its hazards to America's war-burdened railroads.
These GIs are following in the footsteps of their dads, who once sang, "How are you going to keep them down on the farm after they've seen Paris?" And here they are checking in on that 48-hour pass, which calls for an honest-to-gosh bed. The Arc de Triomphe, a tourist must, as well as the Eternal Light, commemorating France's World War dead. Wait till the gals in Peoria hear about this. But they can take it if the perfume goes with it. It's a rugged war, but American Rangers and guerrillas set off for the American lines with Allied prisoners, mostly Yanks, whom they rescued from a Jap prison camp. In a lightning-swift movement, they killed off the Jap guards, and now outmaneuvering enemy patrols, with few stops for food or rest, they push to safety. The rescuers find most of the men in miserable health, those who lived through these years of hell. Food that was brought in is the first want of all these half-famished men. And a cigarette comes next, you can bet, before the Rangers shepherd the freed men on to safer territory. safe at an evacuation hospital where they can receive further care before heading for home. It's the happiest day in their lives, and for the first time since captured, they can wear decent clothes instead of Japanese rags and have a chance to wear shoes once more. This freedom brought tears of joy to all the internees. And another almost forgotten luxury after the comfort of a bath, food, and rest. This newfound freedom is their idea of heaven. Sergeant Samuel Ring, formerly of Wilkes-Barre, is greeted by his two sons who lived with guerrilla bands. Listen to Corporal Cecil Hay.
You people do not realize how happy us boys were when we were liberated. I didn't realize myself until we had arriven and saw the flag that was flying, and then I had to break down and cry.
Sergeant Walter O. French from Arkansas.
Well, about the only thing I have to say, the last 2 years have been nothing but hell. One of the saddest days of my life was when I was taken prisoner, and the happiest day was when I was liberated by the Rangers.
Sergeant Samuel Goldie knows what he wants.
Well, we're finally free Americans. It took them 3 years, but we're sure glad to get out of there. The Rangers come in that night, and it was about as happy a sight I'd ever seen in my life. For 3 years, we couldn't do anything without someone telling us what to do, and now at last we can do what we want when we want to. Be sure glad to get back to the United States where I'll be a free American again and get myself a milkshake.
Now into trucks for the port and the ships that are bound for home. This is the moment they have lived and dreamed for throughout their imprisonment. The brutal